Hey guys, out here in the barn playing around. I'm really liking these 5-gallon bucket traps. They're cheap. I mean, I don't know, I got about $6 in them. And this is what I'm doing. I'm getting those 18-inch skewers, but I don't think I need 8-inch. I think my grocery store has a regular, these ones over there where they're selling barbecue stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I've got 5 bamboo skewers here. Now what I'm doing is taking a number 9 fencing wire and cutting it and melting the holes in. You just kind of space them out, whatever you think. And so what I got to do now, I've got a pot of molten wax here. I got bees coming in all over the place. This has got lemongrass in it. And they're really attracted here. They're coming in the barn here smelling this stuff. So that stuff right there with that lemongrass in it, that is your lure for these traps. Now I don't think I'm going to have, I think I might have success in catching another one. I've got some bees coming in and out of my traps down on the waterfront. And I've already taken 2 off the waterfront. So I hope to get 1 more at least, but I think I'll do very well because I've noticed down the waterfront there's nobody down there but me. I'm the last of the Mohegans down there in that waterfront, but there's a lot of wild swarms down there because they're all over the mangroves, they're all over the cabbage palm. So that's good. I don't have any competition down there. Don't want any competition. So I'm going to roll this 4-inch roller here. Right here, I'm going to roll a lot of wax on the sides here. I'm going to take these skewers out so I can get down in here. I'm going to wax the bottom good. I'm going to wax under the lid here and get that all waxed up. And then I take my dog trimmer, my dog toenail trimmers. These were only like $3 at my grocery store. And to pop these off, you know, just let them stick out a little bit. And one I got here a little loose, got my hole a little bit too sloppy. That's all right. When I put my wax in there, I put a little extra wax. I wax on the bottom of these and the top of these skewers here. So yeah, take these out. Take these out where we can get at this thing. And let's just slop her up with wax. I slop up the hole here too. Turn this where it's on the hole. For the screw to go through here, the pilot hole, I took a piece of 14 gauge wire. Real thin stuff. And I melted the hole in for this screw here with a 14 gauge wire. And I put a lot of wax around here. Wax in this hole. Even though you wax it and all, it'll turn very easily with these plastic discs. So this thing is going to work out excellent. It's a little sloppy when you're transferring. I don't know if you saw my last video. It's a little sloppy because you got to cut this stuff out. But I had a mess here. I put sticks on the top of that lid where the heat on there it melted, and they dropped down. A couple of them went this way where the bees just kind of locked it all in, made a mess. But with these 5 sticks across here, I can go ahead and snip them, shake the bees down in the bucket. That's the other thing. I probably won't even use, like old Dave said, once you just spritz them with sugar water, get them heavy, and then shake them into the hive. I guess that's what I'm going to try to do. I was vacuuming them out and then spritzing and then dumping them in. Well, I could save the vacuum step, I think, just fine. I can smoke them down a little bit, smoke them down a little bit, ease the lid off, shake the bees off the lid, start spritzing, start snipping with my cutters. I start snipping these bamboo with my cutters and lift them out, shake the bees off, set them aside, and get ready to mount them in frames. Get everybody spritzed in this whole box. Get all the bees shook down, spritz them, and then dump them all into a nuke box. Double nuke box, one with frames below. Rig your frames up. When you take them out, rubber band them in to the frames. Put them in the bottom chamber, right? Put another box on top for a catch funnel. Shake all the bees in. Let them go down, queen and all. I don't think you need to look for the queen on this. If you could, if you wanted, look around for the queen. If you find her, fine. Pick her up and put her in the bottom box. Yeah. So, gonna use a lot of these traps. They're a simple, cheap trap, and I've got a camouflage. I'm gonna wax them first. I'm gonna wax them first, and the last thing I'm gonna do, I've got some brown and some brown and black paint, camo it up. Just kind of let it blend in with the wilderness. So I'll be putting out a lot of these in end of February. I'll get a lot of these out here in Florida, end of February. They get very swarm happy here, very swarm happy. So we want to catch all them freebies we can. And these buckets right here will do it. Now they're a little pain in the ass. Rick Sutton wants me to take 8-gallon or 10-gallon pails and put the frames in this way. Yeah, you can do that, but they're a little more pricey. These are not pricey. And the little bit of pain in the ass, I've got transferring these is no big deal. I got these girls out here. They look like they're doing fine. We're gonna go in here a few days on these 2 swarms we just caught and transfer and see how they go. One had frames, one was a wooden box. That had frames, that all went hunky-dory. Matter of fact, the first frame I pulled out, I spied my queen on it, first thing. She was a big old fat girl too. Big old fat nice queen. I put her down in a new nuke box, and looks like they're taking off just fine. So yeah, thank God the hurricanes are staying off of us so far this year, but the year ain't over yet. We got to November 30. So anyway, today is tomorrow is the 29th. That's the full moon. We should have some bees swarming on the full moon. These bees right here, look at them flying around. A couple of them fell in here and drowned in this hot wax already. But they are smelling this lemongrass I put in this wax. That's what they're coming in and checking out. It's got that kind of a queen smell to it. Let me get going here. It's 9,000 degrees in this Quonset hut. I gotta get this job knocked out. I'll see you real soon on the next one. Bye-bye. Okay guys, last thing, a couple little quickie things. I got her painted up. I waxed it all inside. I waxed really good here on the top of that. It's got that impregnated lemongrass in there. Last thing you want to do here, actually what you can do now is trim off your extra. Leave about that much hanging out. Then take your dog toenail clippers. Very simple. Is this a keep it simple stupid trap or what, guys? This is how I like to roll. Steve-O likes to roll. Keep it simple stupid. Then the last thing you want to do is get some wax. Wax the heck out of these things. These loose ones that came through the wall here, slobber a little extra wax. The wax will hold them at the hole. You'll kind of fill that hole up. If you get a little bit too much, no big deal. It just runs down the inside of the bucket. The bees will utilize it. So you're rolling the top like this, right? Get another dip here and go underneath with your roller. That way the bees can pick up on the top or bottom. All this extra wax you're spilling all over in here, no problemo. The bees will utilize that wax. They'll move it around, okay? This trap is done. This trap is done, guys. Totally finished. Simple trap, easy to do. Steve-O approved, and it catches. And when you mount this thing on a tree or a fence post, get it about this high. About Steve-O titty high. So right here, see, here's my titties. Here's my titties. Don't get excited now. You've seen my titties. Don't get excited, but just mount it that high, okay? This stuff is easy, guys. Free bees. Are you kidding me? Free bees. You know how much bees cost today? It's nutso, guys. It is nutso. The prices this Man Lake and all these people charging for bees. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Please stop it. Please stop it. Make your own bees, make your own beehives. I'm here to help you wherever I can. That's why the man put me here, okay? The man put me here to help you help yourself. To help you help yourself. Isn't that nice? Wow, without this fan here, guys, I would be dying in this barn. All right, all done here. Save my little tool here in case you want to build another one. I've got about 7 now, these traps, but you know, if a guy went out there, say he had a commercial bee operation nearby where you got access to just thousands of freaking swarms going on, some of these guys with 15, 20,000 beehives. If you can locate one of them dudes, some commercial dude, especially Florida, especially end of February, they're going to be swarming like crazy. A lot of those guys don't have time to really thin them hives down to prevent them from swarming. If you go to the woods, guys, go to the woods and put you a feeder jar up, and when them bees start hitting that feeder jar, put this trap in, tie it to a tree, put a feeder jar up top on the tree and let it drip down on this bucket. They will come in there, find this bucket. In no time, boom, the scouts are going to be going in and out of that bucket. And you're going to start collecting $100 swarms one after the other, guys. One after the other. Don't leave them in these buckets long. When you come up, you got bees flying in and out of there like crazy. Come over, crack the lid. These Lowe's buckets have a very easy seal on them. You can just ease that open, take a quick peek in, set her back down before they get triggered. Just peek in there, you see you got a ton of bees. Also look at the entry hole right here. You see bees flying in and out there with pollen on their legs. You have a swarm in there, buddy. They don't bring in that bread unless they got things they're cranking up, putting babies in that bucket. You see pollen coming in, you're making babies in a bucket, baby. So get that thing off the tree, close up that. I went back on this last one. I thought I'd have a big couple handfuls of field bees. I did on that fence post where I took the hive off, trap off. I thought I'd have 2 handfuls of bees. No, I maybe had a little, not even a handful of bees on that post. And I put the trap back in yesterday, and immediately them bees came off of that post, came around and came right inside that hole. Because they smelled mama. They smelled mama in that box. They said, there she is. They went right back in. Of course, they're going into nothingness because they're still lost because, you know, but they will probably fly back to the existing colony where they swarmed from. So get you a bunch of these in your spare time this winter when you're choking your chicken. You ain't got nothing to do choking your chicken. Go to Lowe's and buy up some of these cheap buckets and start building some traps. Hey, free bees. Why sit and buy bees from people if you don't need to? I would like to get up to about 20 colonies going into, I'm not there yet. I've got some bees coming in, hopefully from Mr. Sutton. And Vim, his wife, when they head back to Florida, supposed to pick up 5 nooks from him. Now that will help me out a lot. And hopefully Charlie can tune me up with some more bees. He's south of the bridge. Hopefully he can tune me up with some more bees there so I can get my operation pumped up this in 26, February 26th. February 26th, I want to have a bunch of these out. So this winter when I'm choking my chicken and you're choking your chicken, make up some of these traps and get them in. You're looking, minimum guys, minimum. If you catch a swarm, a minimum, $100. Actually more than that because you're getting resources. You're pulling resources off of these bamboo skewers. And just all you got to do is go in there with your cutters, clip them out, shake the bees off, start spritzing them. Take your bee brush, carefully spritz, you know, you pull out, you see her, grab her, cage her, put her downstairs in that box you're creating. Maybe stuff a marshmallow in there, baby marshmallow in there, hold her in that cage. Get all of these freaking bees shook off them frames, get them rubber band into your existing frames, get them in that nook below, stick another box on top like we just talked about, shake all these wet bees in that box. And there you go, you got another hive, and you can kick your operation in high gear this spring. I'll tell you what, guys, they drew down 5 combs in that swarm trap. They drew down, guys, 5 combs this much on those skewers, and I put them in mediums. I could have put them in, they were big enough to actually put in a deep frame, but I put them in mediums just as an experiment. We'll see how it goes, and then get them into your hive. So you could take that swarm and put that sucker right on the spring honey flow and make honey with that swarm. If I catch a swarm in February, I'm going to be making honey with that thing. April and May, I'm going to be making honey. I'll be making saw palmetto and gallberry with that hive. So February, end of February, we're going to rock and roll, baby. That's when it happens. So let's get going. Let's build you some swarm traps. You see how easy it is to do. It's a Steve-O box here. All these wooden traps. It's too heavy. They're too heavy. I can take these things, guys, and put one inside the other, carry several. Walk back in the woods, take me a ball of number 30 tarred nylon, get it at Memphis Net and Twine, get you a roll of that. And I found out them cutters, these cutters here, work excellent for cutting that number 30 tarred nylon. These dog toenail clippers work excellent for that. So get you a pair of these, order some, just get a couple rolls. If you're putting up mini traps, get 2 rolls of number 30 tarred nylon. And you got material there where you can tie your bucket to the tree, you can tie your feeder jar above your trap with that roll of tarred nylon. You can take your tarred nylon when you go to the field, you can take your cutters, your tarred nylon, throw it inside of there. You can take your feeder jar and put inside of that inside of that bucket on the bottom. You got room in there. I didn't fill that whole thing up with skewers. You don't need to. 5 is God's plenty. Matter of fact, the ones in the field have only got 4 in them. I got 5 in there. That's God's plenty. And you still got room to get your hand and a jar down in there, and your roll of string down in there. But get the tarred nylon. Number 30, tarred nylon from Memphis Net and Twine. I'm telling you, you got to have that. You'll have a sturdy, really hefty line. When you tie it to the tree, tie your handles first up on the tree, get it the height, and then another one pass around the top, make a loop, make a trucker's hitch, come down here at the bottom, another trucker's hitch, snug it up to the tree. It's solid. When you go to harvest your swarm, right here, take these, snip, grab your handle, get it off the tree, just snip it, snip all your strings, you got it, take it to your truck, put it in your truck cab. Shut your front disc down. I've got breather holes in this thing. You don't want this thing in a hot cab, guys. You do not want it in a hot cab. You've got holes here. See these holes? They're little 1/8 inch holes. I've got 1/8 inch holes in the bottom here also. You see that 1/8 inch holes around there? That's drainage. Drainage holes. That's what you want. So let's get it done, guys. Let's get some free bees in the spring. Right now I may catch another one. I may even catch 2 more. I don't know. I got bees coming in and out of 3 traps on a waterfront right now. So it's a possibility I catch 2 or even maybe 3 more. That'd be fantastic. That'd get me a good starting colonies to get going in the spring. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.